Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well in this pandemic. Be careful while going outside. Wear mask. Okay. Let's start our syllabus of sixth semester, paper 1, unit 4. That is energy sources. So I am going to deal with this energy sources unit. So generally we are going to define energy is the capacity of performing work. Energy exists in several forms, that is heat energy, light energy, potential energy, electrical energy, kinetic energy, mechanical energy. These are the various forms of energies. Energy we are getting in the earth and which is comes from the outer space also. Celestial energy sources are like electromagnetic energy of the sun called as direct solar energy, and gravitational energy is the for gravitational energy of the earth's moon producing tidal energy. Electromagnetic energy, gravitational energy are the celestial energy sources. Okay. uh, these are about the types of sources. Then energy sources available can be divided into three types. So those are primary energy sources, secondary energy sources, and supplementary energy sources. So what about these primary energy sources? These primary energy sources provides net supply of energy like coal, oil, uranium, etc. These can be defined as sources which provide a net supply of energy. Then the energy is required to obtain these fuel is much less than what they can produce by combustion or by the nuclear reaction. Their energy yield ratio is very high. Then what about this energy yield ratio? Energy yield ratio is the ratio which is defined as ratio of the energy feedback by the material to the energy received. They may ask question, what is energy yield ratio, and so be careful about this. Then this is the definition of the energy yield ratio. Then secondary fuels are there. These produce no net energy and are essential for the economy. These may not yield net energy. For example, the secondary sources are the solar energy, wind energy, water energy, like this. Then supplementary energy sources, which are defined as those whose net energy yield ratio is 0. That means the energy fed back by the material to the received is 0. So these are called as supplementary energy sources. So mainly we are going to classify these energy sources as two categories. One is conventional energy sources and non-conventional energy sources. Simply we can uh, remember these as commercial energy sources and non-commercial energy sources. Commercial energy sources means these are presently uh, most of our energy needs comes from mainly from fossils and fuels, uh, like natural gases, hydel sources. Hydel sources means hydropower, okay, which are relatively cheaper. Okay, then although these energy is also produced from nuclear fuels, uh, so these are called the power from the power from the fossils and fuels hydel sources are in the use over uh, several decades. So that's why we are calling these as a conventional energy sources. Non-conventional energy sources are increasing rapid use of the fossils and fuels day by day has been exhausting. Means one day they will be exhaust, means they will finish soon. The hydel energy cannot become a major source of energy since it is not available everywhere, like Thar, and these where we are not getting water. Okay, Then these are example is firewood, dry dung, straw. Nowadays we are uh, looking many pictures over internet, how the non-commercial sources will ending here. Okay, then again these sources are reclassified as conventional and non-conventional energy, that we all know. Then how does they reclassified? This depends on whether these sources on their continuous use will be exhaust or not. Okay, on this basis they are going to classify these conventional energy and non-conventional energy. Let's move for the uh, renewable energy sources, which is defined as the energy sources which will produce continuously in the nature, like direct solar energy, tidal energy, fuel, wood, geothermal energy, bioenergy, fuel cells, hydel energy, hydrogen, wind energy. These are the types of these are the examples of renewable energy sources. Both these conventional and non-conventional energy sources are reclassified and depending on their continuous availability. Okay, then another one is non-renewable energy sources. Non-renewable energy sources is which is defined as energy resources which have been accumulated over the ages and not quickly reproduced when they are exhausted, like fossils and fuels. From the fossils and fuels we are getting these petroleum and all these things. Then natural nuclear fuels, heat traps. Okay, these are the renewable energy sources. uh, though it is a general topic, but by being a physics student you should write a proper answer by using appropriate words and phrases. Okay, let's see the advantages of renewable energy sources. These are non exhaustible. Renewable sources are non exhaustible, so this is the first point. Then these deliver energy of the quality that required for the specific task. Example, water heating device. Water heating device means we are using solar heaters, isn't it? These are not cost, not its cost is effective, but there is a perfect match between the energy source and the task. It means many of us we have a solar heater on our terrace, isn't it? So we are getting solar energy by free of cost, but we are task is what is our task? We have to use solar energy in the form of light energy, or else we can heat the uh, water also. Okay, so there is a particular match will be uh, needed, isn't it? So but task is, since sun rays are directly heats up the water directly, if you keep now in summer season, if we keep water in a bucket in the sunlight, directly it will heat. But the solar water heater can also build a suitable size which will be supply a required quantity of water, that is desired temperature. Means desired temperature ಒಳಗ particular means water heat ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, so we need a particular some instruments, so that is a thing. Then some renewable energy conversion system often can build on close to the site where the energy is required, which will minimize the transmission cost. For example, windmill for the driving hydraulic pump may be built very close to the water source. A panel of photovoltaic cells used for the domestic purpose or else for the street lighting. Nowadays you can see the street lights from the sources. Then diversity of renewable energy sources and their technologies after more flexibility mm, while designing the conversion. So this is the one advantage of renewable energy. Then local or regional self-sufficiency in the energy requirement can be achieved either by fully or by partially by harnessing the locally available renewable energy. The last one is it helps in maintaining the ecological balance. Then it is pollution free environment. We are not going to pollute the environment by using these renewable energy sources. Thank you. Okay, in the next class, we are going to study about the conventional energy sources and their conversion. How we are going to convert these fossils and fuels, then petroleum formation, coal formation, natural gas formation, and their respective advantages. So, make notes on it on your own by using this PPT, or else I will provide some other notes in the written form. Okay, hope you will be safe, be at home, and be safe and take care of your elders and parents. Thank you.